Hello, sports fans, and welcome to another edition of the First Family of Vegas show. That's right, guys. The First Family of Vegas show is back. We're coming to you every weekday on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook, joined by some of the world's best documented, I love that word, my favorite word in this business, documented handicappers and some of the world's biggest sports bettors. Brought to you by the best website in this business on the planet, your one-stop sports betting shop, SportsMemo. Guys, we're going to be releasing a ton of free pick winners. See, even Pygal says it. Even the dogs are excited about the show, right, Pygal? All right. We're going to be releasing a ton of free pick winners, great betting insights, and have a few laughs too. So join us each day so we can improve your bankroll. I love my dogs. So we can improve your bankroll. We have a great show for you today. Shh. All right, let's bring them on. All right, great. We'll go around the horn. All right, it's my voice today. Stevie Seagrave, Sean Higgs, and Sniper Wes. All right, let me do some individuals as I quiet Pygal down. Steve, good morning. How you doing, buddy?
I'm great. How are you doing today, Joe?
Very well. I do feel old. We were talking, guys, sports fans out there, all our viewers. We chit-chat quite a bit, as you know. I could say good morning by the time I'm done. It's time to eat lunch. But we chit-chat before we go on. And I was telling everybody, which I'll touch on in a minute, how I feel old. I want to say hello to somebody who definitely I just found that isn't nearly as old as me. Sean Higgs. Sean, how are you today?
It's all right. I'm fatter than you, though. So
you're also taller. So you're also taller.
I got your weight by 2 to 1.
Yeah, but you're also twice as tall as me. Twice as tall. Listen, when I was gaining some weight, you know what I did? I hung out with larger people, so I looked thinner. And everybody's larger than me because I'm very, very short. Yeah, so having said that, I am short, guys. I mean, I'd say all the time. I used to lie and say I was 5'8". I can't get away with it.
Well, like yesterday.
Who sings the song "Short People"? You ever hear that song "Short People"? You got no reason.
Randy Newman. Short people got no reason to live. They got little arms and little legs. I'm short. Little feet.
Yeah, dude, that song is hilarious. But
it is hilarious. Randy Newman. He does a lot of soundtracks too. And no, I'm short. Listen. When I was in high school, I was a quarterback. They listed me as 5'11", even with my Guido Pompadour. Maybe 5'9.5" I could get away with.
I was going to say, I was thinking you're 5'6".
No, I'm about, honestly, I think I'm about 5'7"-ish. I lie and I tell people 5'8". I'll go 5'8.5". The best part, Sean, I'm the tallest person in my immediate family, and my father used to tell people he was 5'8". I'm the tallest, then my sister, then my father, then my mom, who, by the way, I'm going to talk about in a minute, who used to lie and tell people she was 5 foot, but guys, you know us Italians and Sicilians. We got no war heroes and no great basketball players, but we do know revenge and we're good looking. So that's all that counts. Let me say hello to my good buddy. He shaved today. He's looking good. He looks even younger now than me. I'm really getting upset. My good buddy, Wes. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing good. Looking forward to going to MGM and watching some basketball tonight. And I'm after MGM, I'm going to the House of Blues to go watch Harry Mack. If you don't know who Harry Mack is, he's a very popular street rapper. He's actually from Portland, but he goes all over the place. So my roommate wants to go, and I watched some YouTube videos of him. Very, very talented guy. So looking forward to the evening out here in Vegas.
House of Blues gets some great musicians, and the sound is good in there. And if you get seats, no matter where you sit, it's fine. Or if you're on the floor in general admission, trust me when I tell you, it's great. We've seen probably a few hundred shows there.
Oh, my God.
Willie Nelson, the Psychedelic Furs. We saw Tesla. Motorhead there was great.
Oh my
That's
God.
another guy we saw right before.
Motorhead Lemmy?
Yeah, Sean, we stopped going to shows for a little bit, which is uncharacteristic for Dionne and me because we usually do 100 to 200 shows a year. Sean, we stopped because in consecutive, we saw Motorhead shortly thereafter he died. We saw... there was a couple years in between, but Jeff Beck, and then he died like 2 weeks later. There was somebody else in there.
Oh my God, there was
like four. Tony Bennett, and we were backstage. Said Dionne, I don't think he looks too good.
It was like 4 or 5.
There's like 4 or 5, and right in a row, and I thought it was us because I'm superstitious. So we stopped seeing. We're like, oh my goodness gracious!
I thought you stopped going because there wasn't enough old handicapped people parking, so you guys had to walk a little bit.
No, that's okay. That's okay. What is the situation at the Special Olympics for handicap parking? Anyway,
oh my God, you are going for that one.
Why?
Oh my goodness!
No. Wait a minute. I'm short. I don't have a problem being called short because I am short. The one thing and we work with seniors, guys. We work with seniors 5 days a week. messing with them about wearing diapers or forgetting stuff. You know, they love that stuff because they don't want to be treated as special. And I do know quite a few people who are considered mentally handicapped. And they love when you mess with them. And not one gets offended by anything.
I do. I like it.
No, I'm going to be honest with you because they just want to be treated like everybody else. So when I abuse everybody, because I'm really good at that stuff, we have a blast. But no, really. No, we stopped going to shows for a little bit. Speaking of shows, we were supposed to go see Carrie Underwood last night, who puts on a great show. She dragged me there kicking and screaming about 4 or 5 years ago. We've seen her four times now, I think. Amazing show, but I was exhausted. Let me tell you when I tell you. That's pretty good stuff. That's good English. 8 years of higher education, well spent. Let me tell you, I was exhausted, so we didn't go. We gave our tickets away. We are going to go to the CBC, which I really do feel. Sean, I think I touched base with a text message with you yesterday. This CBC is a decent tournament. It's a good
It's not bad. It's high scoring. It's fun. I mean, the problem is that you got some guys are sitting out. You had some crazy line movements, and then you had the bets being canceled because it wasn't sanctioned because guys are getting paid and there's reward money basically for it. So there's a lot of that red tape nonsense that goes on, books pulling but otherwise we're going to talk about the one game today. So
absolutely.
I like it.
Couple other things we do want to talk about real quick. We are going to be going to CBC tonight. We're going to go see Sniper Wes is going to come. He's going to join us. We'll get a photo there. We'll get a photo. Wes, you're not one of them guys that paints his body the color of a team and runs across the court half naked, are you?
Well, we'll see. We'll see how many beers I have, but I don't think so.
You know what? I respect that very, very much. We did start watching a new show last night, Mobland. Tom Hardy, excellent character. Patty Considine, who you know from Game of Thrones, and Pierce Brosnan and Helen Mirren. Strong cast, good show. You come starts back up. Other than that, you know how I start every show. Good morning, honey.
Good morning.
All right, little bit of fluff. First Family Show is on its own YouTube channel. Subscribe, like it, ring that bell so you don't miss a single show, a single free play. Other than that, how about we talk about the MLB? You know, a couple of teams that are winless. Only one team that is winless. A couple of teams are still undefeated. But I'd like to talk about. I definitely want to get the panel's input on how about the American League Central already? Not a single team with a winning record. Steve, any comment on that?
Yeah, it's always been a middling division. It just seems like it was kind of predictable. You got a lot of average teams in that division. It's obviously with the AL East being so stacked. It's not a big surprise to me to see that. I think that it's not gonna have to be much better than 500 to win that division this year. So
no, I have made a joke this morning that you could take all the teams from the AL Central and the NL Central, and you probably wouldn't get a team that's in first place. And combine them, get the best of all of them, you probably wouldn't get a team that would vie for first base in the other four divisions. Sean, any questions or comments? AL Central?
Listen, I thought the Twins were going to be bad. I'm not a big Twins guy. I got an under on them. I think the pitching staff will round into form. And I'm high on the Royals, but who they play? It's all right. What are we going to say? You can get all pumped up about that. Are the Dodgers and Padres going undefeated? No. Are the Angels going to be in second place all year? It's April. Well, everybody's going to be in contention early. You got teams jump out the fast starts, some jump out the bad starts. I'd be more concerned if I'm a Braves fan that I can't hit the ball. Forget about the pitcher being a little suspect. The fact that you can't hit is a problem. And the Astros, too. I think the Astros got a problem with their lineup. I like the pitching. The lineup is a problem.
Sean, I got a friend that I know since I'm in 7th grade from New York. She's a huge sports fan. Loves the Rangers. Loves I'm talking about the New York Rangers in hockey. Loves them. Every time they win a game, she's at the game. She's got pictures and blah, blah, blah. They won. Loves the Braves. And last few years, Braves do always, last few years have had good teams. Every time they win, I haven't heard from her on Facebook in weeks. It's kind of funny. Sniper Wes, let me ask you, American League Central, NL Central, any comments?
Well, in the infamous words of Dennis Green, the old Vikings and Cardinals head coach, they are who we thought they were, right? I do have a future on Detroit to win this division, the AL Central, plus 270. They just have a pretty good pitching staff, right? They had Tariq Skubal. They got Flaherty over from my Dodgers. So a couple pretty good pitchers at the top of the rotation. And their bullpen's actually pretty good, too. So I do like Detroit to win that division. Have a ticket on them. The Royals, they can make some noise, too. But I agree with Sean. I like that Twins under for the season as well. Good
stuff. I do want to bring up one thing. I passed on premium plays today. I passed often. But looking at this NBA, I looked at the NBA today. The lines are either usually, it was like 3 or 4 lines that were like over 10 or around 10 or more. Yesterday, too. And I looked just to look at something to see if I could put out a free play in it today. And I could not, because I got to tell you, I look at their injury reports. And these NBA teams with rosters of 15 players have injury reports every day that rival a Bill Belichick midweek injury report, where he used to put 35 guys on the injury report. It really is upsetting. Now, back in the day, you might have a little, I don't want to say inside info, but gets a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who's a security guard for, or is a, does something in maintenance at the Boston Garden or somewhere at the Forum or the Madison Square Garden, so to speak, and you get some good information. Everybody's got the same information. But does it really frustrate anybody else on this panel that these injury reports are so vast every day? Anybody want to chime in on that?
Yes.
100%. Absolutely. With all the betting advertising everywhere too. I mean, if you're going to introduce gambling to the world and put ads everywhere on the court and on uniforms and everything, you got to be a little bit more transparent with injuries for sure.
Absolutely. Steve, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, a big part of my capping is always motivation, how you can see who's going to be motivated to play in a certain game. And these teams, these lineups, like Charlotte, you can't figure out what they're doing on a night-to-night basis. Some of these teams that are tanking are out of the playoffs altogether. So it can be a little frustrating, but you can still find some sneaky spots with teams that are, still have something to play for.
Absolutely. And that's right. I do take off personally the last 7-8 games of a regular season. If there's like the last 2 weeks of an NFL regular season, are they playing for something? Can they better their situation or not? For me, I'd rather just sit out, not get stressed. Sean, you want to comment on that?
Yeah, real simple. No betting allowed, the NBA. This is, forget about April. This goes on in October, this crap. I don't dip my feet into the NBA really seriously until the playoffs, because this is a reason. A bunch of 10-point spreads, 17. This is the NBA. We got 17-point favorites, the best players in the world. Get the hell out of here. Okay,
it is frustrating. It's frustrating. I got to be honest with you.
These guys don't care. How the hell are people? We do this pro. This is what we do. This is our quote-unquote job. Imagine waking up in the morning, going to work, getting on your phone, you want to bet something. I got to wait to see what happens. These MFers don't care enough. They're getting paid $20 million, $40 million. If they're going to play, you're spending all day working to come home and want to bet on these guys. Boycott this crap. Why are you betting this? And if you're making money on it, great. You're putting a whole lot of work to eke out maybe a win. All right. You're not going to hit 70%, 65%, maybe 55, 56, 57. For what? For these guys, 17-point spreads? I'm not playing today? No way. Right. I hate the NBA. I hate it.
Sean, I want to say something. I remember back in the day, Coach Popovich used to sit 1 or 2 of his big 3 to rest them when they were winning games and they were on top for a while. And then he would also sit them if they had a major matchup against another major team that they might meet in the postseason, so to speak, so they would have a psychological edge. But this is getting ridiculous. I could never imagine, Sean, Michael Jordan, Patrick Ewing, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, who used to play with horrible back problems, sitting a minute, let alone a day or that. It's very frustrating for me. We do have a question from Joey B, who's been a fan favorite here. Anybody want to tackle this? Rockies, bet against them all year to win 100 and win 102 times. Rockies are horrible. They'll lose 100 games. Thoughts on betting against them all season? Anybody want to chime in on that?
Well, I'm just saying no. Go ahead, Steve.
Well, it's just based on the juice, obviously, too. You bet against you bet against him as a a minus 200. It's not going to help you too much. I do I do like fading them on the road. That's obviously not a secret that you can fade them on the road. I think you could take advantage of that more than anything.
Sean?
Yeah, like Steve just said, what are you going to be laying? I used him yesterday as a free pick, like 280. I mean, in the old days, that would have been 300 when the other guy's laying 320.
Yeah.
But at that point, I'll take a shot on him because it's April, and the team's going to win a couple games in April, right? That's the way we see teams kind of that aren't going to win a lot of games. But all season long, you're going to lay at an average 2-1. You're not going to. That's not. If they lose 102 games, you're not making anything really. You might be breaking even, maybe losing even.
Yeah,
that's
true.
They lose 60 games.
Yeah.
Wes, any
so
thoughts?
the Rockies are 1-4, and if you had bet to win $100 on them in all 5 games, you are down $238 right now, according to covers. Okay. So not a good start.
There you go. All right, guys, we got a couple of discounts. There is one thing I want to do. I want a personal shout out, guys. My mother's birthday is today. She would have been 90. She passed 11 years ago. Happy birthday in heaven, Mom. I love you, and I miss you more and more each day. Guys, this is a sports betting show, and we do have a few laughs, but you've gotten to know me and my wife quite well, and I wear my heart on my sleeve. When I'm happy, the whole world's laughing. When I'm sad, we're all friggin' crying. So I just wanted to do a shout-out. I don't mean to bring everybody down, but it's my mother's birthday, and I want to wish her a happy birthday. I love you, Mom. I miss you. Dionne's got some discounts she wants to tell everybody about. Dionne, take it away.
Yeah, so we do have the discount going on right now for the First Family Show, where you can get any of the cappers that are on the First Family Show for the whole week. Any of the cappers that were on the show, you can get 7 days all sports for just $49. All you have to do is use code DAY7 upon checkout, and you can use that as many times as you like for any of the guests that have been on the First Family Show all week long. We also do have Meet the New Cappers, where you can get VCP, Abby, CBI, Sean, or Tom for just $34.99 a week. That comes down to less than $5 a day. All you have to do is log on to SportsMemo, go to the Cappers page, and pick up that deal. That is a steal right now.
Guys, you're going to see these discounts pop up through the entire show, so don't be afraid after the show to go over to SportsMemo. Plus, you can see everybody's Buzz Link. We'll tell you about those. I got to tell you something. Sean, you're a big movie person. Every time I hear – and I love Abby Jackson, Big Daddy. I think he's a great guy. But every time I hear his first name, Abby, what do you think of? Come on. You're a big movie person.
Abby Normal.
Abby Normal from Young Frankenstein. You remember that? You remember the scene in Young Frankenstein?
That's the difference in our age right there.
Oh, you son of a gun. There was a scene, one of the greatest movies ever, Mel Brooks, Young Frankenstein. And he makes Igor, played by Marty Feldman, go pick up a brain. And he got scared while he was going to pick up the brain. And he dropped this brain of a genius on the floor. And he picked up an abnormal brain. It said abnormal, dude. And so he says, whose brain did you use? Abby somebody. Abby what? Abby Normal. So, yes, I'm old, Sean.
Yeah, Gene Wilder. Gene Wilder, Young Frankenstein.
Great movie. Yes. Great movie. Phenomenal movie. All those Mel Brooks movies. Young Frankenstein, Blazing Saddles, High Anxiety, silent movies. They were all great. If you wear them, if you watch them, wear a diaper because you're going to pee your pants. They were great stuff. Let's go right into some free plays. Guys, everybody on the panel has free plays for today's action. We're going to get you out of here in time so you can take advantage of those free plays. And I will tell you that most of our panel has been killing it lately. Last few days, I have gotten killed. I was hitting like 70 or 75% since the show started. Last few days, I pooped the bed. I'm still winning overall, but I have not done well. But I will tell you this. Everybody on the panel has documented winning numbers over at SportsMemo. Don't believe me? Go over to SportsMemo after the show and go check out their documented numbers. That is my favorite word in this business, documented. You see people on social media go, oh, that stinks. I'm hitting 98% this season in college basketball. Where? Show me where. Oh, right here. And he lists his games with like 87 green games and like 2 red games. You're like, come on, buddy. Show me where your document. Show me something you don't own. See, we don't own SportsMemo. They put our numbers up, good or bad. I'm going to tell you, it's the best collection of cappers anywhere on the planet. Let's go right into some free plays. We're going to go to my good buddy Steve Seagrave, who overall this year, he's a top capper at SportsMemo, and that's no small task. That's like being the MVP during the MLB All-Star game, guys, because the cappers over at SportsMemo are the best collection of cappers anywhere. And he is a top capper this year. He's also a top NBA capper overall. He is just crushing it. He's one of the sharpest minds in sports betting today. He's going to tell you what he's been doing. He's going to tell you what you can expect from him on the premium side. He's got a free play winner. Steve, take it away.
Yeah, Joe, like you, I've been riding pretty rough the past couple of days to start April, but overall, still number 2 at the site across all sports and number 1 in the NBA. So long term, I think things will be fine. I am in action today in the NBA and in the NHL, and I also have a 5% Final Four play that I have on the site as well. And for today's free play, I am going to the NBA in a game that I think will be competitive. We're looking at Memphis and Miami, and we're going to go under the total here. When I first put this in earlier this morning, it was sitting at 228, and it's dipped quite a bit. But I still like it. We have a real contrast in styles here. These teams are ranked 1st and 29th in pace of play. And what we've really just seen with the Grizz is that they've struggled against strong defenses. They can feast on teams that don't play a lick of defense and that want to run. But if you look at recently, against strong defenses, they scored 103 against Boston, 104 against the Thunder, 108 against the Clips. Miami's done a good job limiting the fast break. They rank 6th fewest fast break points over the last 30 days. And we saw these teams combine for 216 just a few weeks ago. And it was Memphis that scored the bulk of the points. They scored 125 in that one. But I see this game being more of a, both teams are going to need this game for their postseason aspirations. And I see kind of this being more of a harder fought playoff type environment where we see a closer game and we sneak under the total in this one, even though it's dropped.
You're in mute town.
There we go. See that? My voice annoys even me and my wife, so I had to mute myself. Sports fans, great stuff from Stevie Seagrave, and I love the integrity that you get from all the cappers, but Steve particularly, still overall number 1 in NBA. Had a couple of rough days, but you're going to do that when you're betting games 365 days a year. He says take Grizzlies Heat under 225.5. More importantly, guys, I got to tell you, he's one of the best there is in this business. You see his buzz link, sm.buzz/SS. Go over to SportsMemo, follow him. Steve, what do you got for everybody in the premium side tonight?
Like I said, I am in action tonight for the NBA and the NHL. And I just wanted to mention I still have that deal where you can get my entire MLB season for $500, and you'll get the rest of my NBA right through the NBA Finals included in that for $1. So you get both sports right till the end for $500, a little over $500. And like I said, number 1 in the NBA, we're up 93 units so far this season in the NBA alone, and number 2 on the site across all sports. So long term is definitely the way to go.
Great stuff from Stevie Seagrave. That is a steal of a deal, Steve. I'm taking my gold card out right now. I'm going to go over there and I'm going to buy it myself. I can't take this anymore. It's too tempting. All right, guys. Guys, go follow Steve after the show. You're going to follow him to the bank. He will be sticking around if you got any questions or comments for him. Before I get into our next free play from my good buddy, Sean Higgs, I do want to do a special shout out. I got a good friend watching. We got friends every day, but my good buddy, Dwayne B. Dwayne, thank you for watching. You know, I love you. Thank you for your love and support. And we do know a lot of these people here. You know, they hit us up on social media. They follow us. They're very supportive. Dwayne's been one of my favorite people that I've gotten to know over recent months. He's a great guy. Thank you for tuning in, buddy. We love you, Dwayne. And somebody else I love, besides you, honey, is Sean Higgs. I know everybody loves Sean Higgs. He is a tall drink of water, I'll tell you that. But I want you to know, not only has he been a good friend to me over the years, we became friends because 20 years ago, I heard about him in this business. I kept hearing his name as being a winning capper. And then when social media, you know, we've been friends during the social media explosion, but during social media, you know, he's gotten, his reputation has expanded. And well, it should, because he is one of the best cappers in the history of this business. Every year, year in, year out, you're going to see Sean not near the top, at or in the top few of every sport that he contributes to. And you do something once, you're lucky. Do something twice, you're lucky. Do it every year, year in, year out. You're just damn friggin' great. Sean Higgs is just that. He's going to tell you what he's been doing. He's going to tell you what you expect from him on the premium side. He's got a free play winner. Sean, take it away.
Well, you hit me with that, and I'm like, geez, what are you doing to me here, Joe? If I lose, people are like, this guy sucks. Well, I want to give Steve a shout out though with the NBA, because I can't stand the NBA. I'll dabble in a little bit, If you're having a great season, Steve, anybody, NBA, you're winning, hats off to you. I will give you – I think it's the hardest sport. It's my personal hardest sport to do. I have whatever. I'm just about to tell Steve, great job. Great job, man. That's excellent. Excellent. Here we go. I got a little college hoops for you tonight here, and it's a Villanova game here, right? You'll be in attendance. No streaking for you three out there partying and Wes's buddy. I don't want to see anybody running across the court unless it's well, actually, no, I don't want it because I'm going after total here, right? We got the over in this game, so they canceled the game. I can't get my over. Let's be honest here. Both of these teams, and just this tournament in general, friendly rims, can we say, with the way the scoring's been in this tournament? Just ridiculous. 85 and 89 points for these guys, their last game. This total, actually, I see some 152s out here now, kind of going up as well. We talk about motivation in the NBA, playoff pushes, stuff like that. Well, this thing here, we got a payday for the players. So, yeah, there's absolute motivation. Nova's got a new coach coming in, and they're looking to prove themselves. They're on their way out. A lot of these guys not playing anymore. I'm going over the total here. USC could score. Nova could score 20 and 14 to the over for Nova, 24 and 10 to the over for USC on the year. And again, 89 and 85 points respectively last game for these guys. I don't think either are scoring 60 here. I think we're going to get into the 80s as well. I'm going to go over to 151.5. That's it. Simple.
The Jersey Wise guy, Sean Higgs, says take over. Nova, USC. It is a winner. You will be a winner if you follow him there. But more importantly, guys, go over to SportsMemo after the show. Follow Sean. He is one of the best. Honestly, we like to have a lot of fun on the show, and Sean and I are friends, and we've been friends for many years, so we may take it even further sometimes.
Joe, I got to address Joey B. It is the llama. That is the llama. The no drama llama. That is a llama. Why is
the llama on the wall, Sean?
So I sold our house in October of 2021 maybe, I don't remember. And we had moved into an apartment. We're having a new house built. So I was in this little apartment in like this little kind of corner thing here. And my daughter's like, it's so sad over there in your video. So she drew the little llama, and it was just popped up on like leaned against the wall behind me. And so it just followed me all the way down. That's it. So the llama's always in, and he changes. There's the yellow llama. There's a Christmas llama with a hat on. So the llama's in effect. I got a little llama guy behind me here by the Johnny Walker blue, you know. Not near your cup. Not near the Joe D'Amico coffee mug. You know, I always got to bust that.
You gotta love my coffee. Thank you, Sean.
All of my these are all of my casinos, all my things. I always save a pen. I'm one of those guys. I go out there, Vegas, AC. I take my pens.
Well, I love the llama. I love the pens, and I love the cup. I love the cup. By the way, guys, I just want you to know, on a serious note, go follow Sean Higgs. He's a winner. You will be too if you follow him. Go over to SportsMemo after this show. Couple things, Sean. First of all, thank you for the cup. A real quick explanation, guys. During quarantine, I have a celebrity here in Vegas. I'm only one of 3 people in the history of Vegas that have been given 3 honors. I got my head at the shrunken, my head shrunken at the Golden Tiki. I was Portnoyed by the famous, that's what you see there. And I've been offered a star on Las Vegas Boulevard. Only Carrot Top and Wayne Newton have all 3 of those honors. I'm getting my star. They've been trying to get me to get the star for like 4 years now, 5 years. And I keep postponing it. But during quarantine, when all of Vegas was dark, a lot of the entertainers, and I'm not talking about the Lady Gagas and the Britney Spearses who make $100 million a year, the entertainers that are resident entertainers were out of work. And, you know, a lot of these people keep the lights on in Vegas. Some of them do 7, 10, 14 shows a week here. And so we did this fundraiser. Yes. And all of us local celebrities got Portnoyed, and we got on these mugs and whatnot. And to be honest with you, there was a few hundred people that got on those, like 100 and something people that got on the mugs. My mug sold more than any. Because they know I would never do something like that again. But I want to thank Sean. Sean, by the way, I have a showcase here with, I don't know, there's a lot of sports memorabilia in this room, 500, 600 pieces in this room. I have a showcase here. The 2 things that I showcased the most was the World Series, the Little League World Series ball that I got MVP at, and my son's first T-ball home run. So when you put something up that your daughter paints, man, I certainly get it. People tell me all the time, what's your favorite piece? I said, my son's T-ball home run. I got Babe Ruth in there. I got Lou Gehrig, man. I got a Dream Team basketball signed. I want you to know my favorite piece is my son's T-ball home run. And it says a lot about your character because you got a great heart. Not only you're a great capper and a good friend.
I found your little sketchbook.
Oh, I love you.
And I saved it. When she was like 5 years old, she was drawing little pictures. Like, I mean, I'm saved it. I'll keep it. Listen, she'll throw it out if I die tomorrow. It'll be on the garbage, but that's sometimes they get old so fast.
Yeah.
My son's graduating. He's gonna be a sophomore.
It was
She's
yesterday.
I'm taking him driving right now.
It was yesterday. I carried my son from the delivery room to the nursery, and his head fit in my palm, and his leg came to my elbow. He's been in the Marines. He was in the Marines 10 years, and now he's in Arizona putting his training to work. And you miss those days. Having said all that, thank you. I love you. Sean's going to be sticking around. Any more questions or comments? We're going to go to the First Lady of Las Vegas, who is a perennial on the leaderboards at SportsMemo. I know she hit a snag last night, but she hit a snag. But I want you guys to know that, Sean just disappeared for a second. He'll be back. But I want you guys to know that's the integrity you get from the cappers over at SportsMemo. But overall, she's on quite a few sport leaderboards. She's on the overall leaderboard. She's doing some great work. She's going to tell you what we can expect from her on the premium side. And she's got another free play winner. Dionne, take it away.
Yeah, and as Joey did mention, I did hit a snag the last couple days, but we're going to go ahead and bounce back. Today I have one winner for you on the hardwood with my CBC quarterfinals smart money play. You can get that right now over at SportsMemo for just $15. And today for my free play, I'm going to go ahead and go to the diamond again because yesterday we won our free play with the Cubbies. Today, the Philadelphia Phillies are going to sweep a lot of opponents this season. However, they have yet to do so. They have the opportunity to do just that today as they have taken games 1 and 2 of this 3-game series with the Colorado Rockies. They have outscored the Rockies by a combined 11-2 so far in this matchup. And on the season, they are averaging over 6.0 runs per game, while their opponent is accounting for a dismal 2.0 runs per game. As a matter of fact, looking back at this NL rivalry, Philadelphia has taken 7 of the last 10 meetings by a combined 40-17. You can say they have Colorado's number. Starting pitchers today are going to be Senzatella and Walker. I don't think it's really going to matter as who the Phillies are crushing the ball as the Rockies are not. So I'm going to go ahead and take Philly on the run line to get their first sweep of the season.
First Lady of Las Vegas says, take the Philadelphia Phillies on the run line. It's a winner. You will be too if you follow that free play. Guys, and if you like what she's got to say, and I know you do, what do you got on the premium side already?
I have one big winner today in the CB quarterfinals with my smart money play.
Great stuff. Go over to SportsMemo or sm.buzz/DA is her buzz link. Brings you right to her page. Go buy her. She's a winner. You will be too if you follow her all the way to the bank. Speaking of winning, my buddy, he's picking off bookmakers and sports books from a distance. They call him the Sniper because he's killing books, man. He's doing some great work over at SportsMemo. He's become a fan favorite here on the First Family Show. I know he's got a nice following, and he's expanding that following on social media. I see his videos on Instagram. Am I right, Wes? You're doing Instagram videos?
Absolutely.
It's not before. You're not doing OnlyFans just yet, are you?
Nah, not quite yet.
Well, you
not like my buddy
Sean.
Not like my buddy Sean Higgs over there. I know he's got a secret channel we all don't know about.
We do. Plus the $+ daddy.
You gotta love it.
I joked that's like someone brought that up on my little show. Like I joked about it, and then we came up with a name. Now some sick SOB is gonna like actually coin that and like take it, and then people just think it's me because I always say that's the name of it, but Sean, I do not.
You've been in this business a long time. Has anybody ever like made a variation of your name and copied you and tried to put themselves out as you?
I don't think so, but I don't do TikTok and Instagram and stuff like that.
I've had people go under Joe D'Amico. And then I've had a couple of people, I don't want to talk about another brand, but my company, All American Sports, where they varied that name and told people, hey, this is so-and-so, and we've got all American or American All Sport or AAS, and they've gone out there. So listen, guys, they say the sincerest form of flattery is imitation. But there are some people out there that they don't want to climb the ladder, guys, and they just want to jump on someone else's notoriety. And so be careful out there. Make sure you're dealing with who you think.
Well, I'm sure there's people who like buy picks and stuff and then use them as their own. I know that stuff happens all the time.
Well, that did happen to me a few times over the years, where people would go, and because there were some free pick sites, that where somebody would buy it and then put it on a site, and as soon as they got closed down, another one would open up. But they would take some stuff, and I was doing some stuff for a major sports writer for ESPN for several years, and one of the guys from ESPN said, Joe, he hit me up in a text message, and he said, Joe, did you write this? Because this looks like you're writing. And some guy, he didn't even change the writing in my analysis. He put it up on ESPN as his. Said, guys, and he even took my win streak. And I was like, what the heck is this? But obviously, the sincerest form of flattery is imitation, but be careful who you're dealing with out there. I want to talk about Sniper Wes. He's doing great work. He is picking off bookmakers. He is doing great work over at SportsMemo, but he is doing videos on Instagram and on Twitter. We don't have a problem, promoting him because, he is one of the guys in this industry that has integrity and also wins a lot more than he loses. He's going to tell you what he's been doing. He's going to tell you what you can expect from him on the premium side at SportsMemo. He's got a free play winner. Take it away, Wes.
Yeah, so obviously Steve and I did not get the memo from Sean about, him hating the NBA because we both have free NBA plays today, right? But the NBA, it's been kind of, obviously, it's been kind of Steve. It's been kind of me. I'm 77 and 57. I'm 57% on the year, plus $5,664. Don't ask me how. We talked about this a little bit earlier with the injuries and stuff, but Adam Silver really does need to shore all that up. I'll take, for example, yesterday, the Nuggets and the Spurs, right? So the Nuggets, they had played in that double overtime game the night before. And so the spread was 10. It was Denver minus 10 over San Antonio, which sounds about right. But then they announced that Joker and Jamal Murray are out 2 hours before the game. It goes down to -2. So you're losing 8 points on the spread 2 hours before the game. That's just ridiculous. They got to clean that up if they're going to advertise sports betting everywhere, all over the TV, all over the court. It's just not cool. There's going to be legal problems eventually. But anyway, regarding my free play, I'm going to look at the game of the night here, the Warriors and the Los Angeles Lakers. And so the Lakers, they've won the past 3 head-to-head between these two clubs. So, the Warriors, they have a good deal of revenge here. They definitely want some payback. Golden State, they've won 3 games in a row, so they are playing very well. The Jimmy Butler addition was a very good addition by the front office. Steph, obviously, he went off against Memphis. His last game, he scored 52 points. So he doesn't look like he's slowing down. He's getting older, but he looks better than ever, right? The Lakers, they've been playing well. They've won 2 in a row. The Warriors, they're 2 games back of the Lakers. So these two teams, the Lakers and the Warriors, they're duking it out for the number 4 and number 5 seed, which could be huge for, getting home court or not having home court in the first round of the playoffs. So I think the Warriors are going to have motivation. Regarding LeBron, he is listed as day-to-day, but there is no way LeBron James is going to miss this game. He's going to play. But I like the Warriors here, and they are a little bit of a dog. I think they're plus 1.5, plus maybe 2 at some books, but I don't care. I'm going to take it on the money line, and maybe you guys can tell me what you think about this. So when I'm catching in basketball, when I'm catching a team either -1 or +1, maybe -1.5, +1.5, either way, I just take the money line. I just either lay the -115 or I take the +105, and I just do the money line. Because for me, how many games really come down to 1 point? Either way, it's either one team's going to win or one team's going to lose. So that's my thought process whenever a spread is that close, just 1 point. I don't want to deal with the 1 point. I don't want to push. A push is like kissing your sister. Give me the Warriors on the money line here, +105.
Warriors money line from my good buddy Sniper Wes, doing great work at SportsMemo. Wes, what do you got going on the premium side over at SportsMemo today?
I do have a 3-pack. I have NHL, MLB, and NBA play, and a 3-pack is $49 over at the website. And when we go to MGM, we watch that game tonight. Can you please bring your broom with you so I can borrow your broom and I can sweep the board so we can go 3-0 for all our clients?
Absolutely. For you, anything. You could take the broom, take it away. I'm rooting for you, buddy. Guys, go over to SportsMemo after the show. Go follow Sniper Wes. He says he's going to sweep. Disclaimer, go to Home Depot on the way and go pick up a broom because that boy is sweeping tonight. He don't call them too often. When he does, he is money in the bank. Speaking of money, guys, I am excited. You're not going to need a Viagra today, I promise. A good buddy of mine passed away not long ago. We used to go and play horses. There was a time we would play horses once a week. He liked his, God bless you, see it's true. He liked his quinellas, and I liked my winning place and an occasional trifecta. Pete Rose said it's not bragging if you can back it up. And one thing Joe D ain't doing is bragging without backing it up, guys. Let me tell you what's going on. Number one for the last 30 days, college basketball capper over at SportsMemo, but the winning just doesn't stop there. Number one overall capper last 30 days. You see it across the bottom of the screen. I am passing today, but I am posting both Final Four plays right after the show. I've got them both written up. I'm going to put them both up. You're going to have at least one, possibly two 5% plays. The best big game hunter on the planet ain't going to let you down in the Final Four, I promise you that. Talking about sweeping, bring 2 brooms, because I'm going to tell you now, we're sweeping big time in the Final Four. I want you to know I did post today. I'm not here to give you action. I'm here to give you winners. As hot as I am, I could just post anything and just get sales, but that's not what I'm about. That's why the integrity of the cappers over at SportsMemo, that's why we love each other. We really do like each other here, guys. We respect each other, but we do like each other, because I could just put a game up and go, I hope I win it and get the sales. That's not what I'm here about. If I'm not betting, I'll never ask you to bet. Guys, this isn't a hobby for me, okay? This isn't what I do. This is who I am, all right? We have great cops here in Southern Nevada. We've got North Las Vegas, we got Nevada Highway Patrol, we got Henderson, and we got Metro. We got some great cops here in Southern Nevada. When a cop gets off his shift and he sees a crime, he doesn't, I clocked out. He goes and he stops the crime, because this isn't what he does. It's who he is. And this is who I am. If I'm not betting, I would never ask you to bet. I passed today, but I will have both Final Four plays up later today, right after the show, within an hour after the show, maybe less. But I did not going to leave you hanging. I've got a free play for you, and I want to tell you about it because I am excited about it. I am going to see them tonight. Guys, I'll be very honest with you. If this line was a little bit lower, I would have put this play out, not just as a premium release, but as a big game premium release. I will be in attendance for this matchup tonight at the MGM Grand Garden Arena here in Vegas at the quarterfinals of the CBC, the College Basketball Crown Tournament. Let's talk Nova USC. These two teams haven't met in more than a decade, but I do feel there is a big mismatch here. The Wildcats are the 6th best team in one of the most physical conferences in college basketball, the Big East, while the Trojans are 14th best in the Big Ten. With all respect to USC, they are a very good team. They are a good team. I do expect them to put up some points here, but I just don't see them in a situation where they were asked to step up and come out successfully this season. Yes, they've covered all 3 of their postseason games this year, but playing the likes of Rutgers, Purdue, and Tulane is a far cry from facing a team they're going to face here tonight. Nova, they are talented. Not only that, but they're one of the most seasoned teams in the nation. We all know how good fifth-year senior Eric Dixon is. All right, the forward is a monster, and it seems like these past weeks he's stepped up even more. But he's not alone, guys. He's surrounded by really good talent. Poplar, Longino, Perkins, Boache. I love that name. Say that 10 times quick. And Brickus. This is a deep squad, folks. USC does possess 4 double-digit scores. I do think they're going to get their points up there. And they've got a couple of players that flirt with double digits. They will count for a few more points offensively per game. They shoot over 48% from the field. But on the offensive glass, they're not very good. And trust me when I tell you, that's going to hurt them in this matchup. The defense, they allowed 75.5 a game. You know, the Wildcats may not average a lot of points, but they are pretty accurate overall. They're ranked 3rd in the nation from downtown. They hit over 80% from the free throw line. That would be enough for me to raise an eyebrow here. But defensively, they're frustrating, okay? They are really good on defensive glass, defensive glass as well. They're going to take away some of these second chance opportunities for the Trojans here. I look for this team to win with authority tonight. I agree with my good buddy Sean. You're going to see scoring. I do think they win this game. They do cover the number. They're going to go into the CBC finals. We're going to be there tonight. Am I going to paint my body their team colors and run across the floor? I don't know. But I will tell you, across the bottom of your screen, guys, it ain't bragging if you can back it up. Number 1 college basketball capper overall last 30 days. SportsMemo, number 1 overall capper. All right, I will have both Final Four winners for you posted an hour after this show, which, I mean, if you're going to view it later, it'll be up by the time, you watch this on archive. But I'm posting these games. They're at least 1, possibly 2 5% plays. Let's bring the cast back here. Let's bring the cast like we're actors. Any questions or comments for our crew, please chime in. Let's get to, look at that. Everybody loves this guy. Everybody, we have the best people. They love us. Before we run down our free plays, let's get some closing thoughts and comments. Let's go around the horn. Stevie Seagrave, closing thoughts and comments.
I'm just looking forward to getting back on the right track here. Like I said, a couple of down days in April, but long term, I feel pretty confident about what I've been doing. So I'm looking to get back on track today.
Steve, are you ever going to not wear something from Boston area on your hat? On your head there?
I
gotta ask.
I don't always go with the hat. I actually need a haircut, so I've been rocking the hats recently. So, as far as if I'm wearing a hat though, yeah, it's gonna be something.
So not only is he aggravating your special delivery host by wearing Red Sox stuff, he also threw a dig into the fact that he has more hair than me. I just want you to know I love Steve, but he's already thrown 2 digs today. I'm just kidding with you, Steve. My good buddy Sean Higgs. Sean, closing thoughts or comments before we run down our free plays for today.
Yeah, I got a couple baseball up on the side. I got Final Four. I got a first half up and a pick on a game there as well. So I'm not scared to play. I'm like Steve said, a couple bad days. That's part of betting if you're bad. And hey, listen, I'm going to fire away no matter what. I'm going to keep going, and that's that. I'm excited. Baseball's here, so I'm still trying to figure out. I'm on the back end here on the page, loading up player props and stuff. I'm having a good player prop run with my Ruby props to start the year, so I just got to figure out how to get them in here. Sometimes they're there, sometimes they're not. I don't know. So working out the kinks to get them in there.
Always good stuff. Now, Sean and I have done a lot of shows over the years. We've done shows on radio, my CBS show that ran for 3 years. We've done a lot of shows. I'm honored to have him on this. He mentioned something. He said he's not afraid to load up or post plays if he's hit a snag for a day or two. I want you to know, in this business, that's rare. I write pro bono for the Las Vegas Review-Journal. Been doing so for 25 years, and they always count on me if somebody backs out at the last minute for the Sunday analysis for the NFL. And you'd be surprised how many guys that hit a snag the week before don't want to write up, or show up on a panel. Dude, call in. Tell them that you're sick. Tell them you got food poisoning. Tell them you're still at a strip club and it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon and you don't want to leave because the girl says you're her favorite customer ever. That's fine. We've all been there, but I want you to know, man, when a guy like Sean Higgs says, hey, hit a snake, but you know what? Not afraid to post. Not afraid to show. I find that gives that person.
Right, Steve? I mean, like, listen, you lower, as we bet on the games, we lowered bet a little bit. You hit a couple. It's not like we're not doubling, tripling up. It's like, I'm going to fire away, but we're going to just chip away.
Sean, there's one of the most known guys in our business, Sean. One of the most known. I know him since Dionne and I are together 25 years. He comes out to Vegas. We'll go to dinner. Every Saturday in college football, every Saturday in college basketball, he'll have 20 plays. If he has a 15-5, 16-4, 14-6 day, you'll hear about him squawk about it all week. If he has, and I've seen him have a 3-17, a 4-16, a 5-15, you won't hear him come back on Twitter for a couple of weeks until he starts winning again. Not right. Not good. Talk about it. For guys for people that you see on this panel, we don't win every day. We don't win every week, but we at least come and talk about it. You know why? Because those losing days, those losing runs are few and far between than the winning ones. And that's why the collection of cappers at SportsMemo is unrivaled in this business, because we have that integrity. All right, I will tell you, I talk about it all the time. Great analogy. I bet you don't remember every good date you went on in your life, but you remember every bad one. Same thing with the losers, man. The guys that you see on this panel, the people you see on this panel, we don't usually misread a game, a football game where we get blown out 48-0. But if we do, we're going to talk about it. But those losing days, those losing games really stick in our craw, so we come and talk about it. Snipers, picks, closing thoughts and comments before we run down free plays and get everybody out of here.
Yeah, it's funny. So regarding Steve's Boston hats, so I did a show with Higgs yesterday, and he said, "You're always wearing that white Dodger hat. What's the deal with that? Go get a new hat." So I said, "You know what? I'm going to take off the white Dodger hat. I'm going to put on another hat." So I did. I put this one on.
You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Guys, one thing about the First Family Show. We are as entertaining as we are informative. You're going to have a few laughs with us, but you're going to get good, solid content. You're going to get more winning picks. You're going to get great betting insights. Bottom line is we're here to make you money. And if we have a few laughs, all the better. Dionne, closing thoughts and comments.
Yeah, I got to touch on like Steve and Sean. We all have our bad days, and we hit a little snag. But, once we hit that snag, it's the best time to get on us because then we're going to just bounce right back, and you have to talk about your losing days just as much as you talk about your good days.
Absolutely. And that's the integrity. And I talk about the word integrity is big with me, just like the word documented is big with me. But I see people on social media all the time tell you about everything they did right. Listen, I used to go to dinner, one of the biggest names a pioneer of this industry, once a week. We used to go to dinner and say, hey, how's the wife and the kids? He said, did you see I had Penn State the other day? 10-point dog, won outright. Yeah, but how's it? But he didn't talk about the fact that he went 1-13 on that Saturday. And you're like, guys, be honest, be forthcoming. This is a very forgiving country, but if you're honest about it, I always tell you, Bill Clinton got caught with Monica Lewinsky. At least he was working at 2 a.m. in the Oval Office. I'll give him that much, all right? He was at least in the Oval Office working. She was under the desk. Yeah, fine. But he was on the desk writing stuff. So I give a lot of credit to anybody that comes down and says, hey, I crapped the bed. Great. All right. We get past it. We go forward. But if you leave that out there, a bad day, a bad run, and you don't address it, it becomes like a cancer. It spreads. And with people on social media, there's a lot of haters out there. They'll bring out, listen, Sean, I remember I was doing a radio show, and it was when the Chargers went from San Diego to L.A., and I said, yeah, well, the San Diego Chargers, and somebody blasted me. This guy doesn't even know they're not the San Diego Chargers. Well, for 40 years, I was talking about them being San Diego. It was a slip of the – turns out he was a handicapper from down in Florida, which – as much as he tries to be on our level, he never will be. But it turns out it was a handicapper. Guys, you make a slip of the lip, but if we come out and we actually have a bad run, the guys with integrity, the guys that are winners, the guys that sustain the tough runs, guys, they'll come out and they'll talk about it. So I love that stuff. Let's run down some free plays. Dionne's got some discounts, and then we're going to get you on out of here until you can take advantage of these free plays. Let's go to my good buddy, Steve. What'd you have today for everybody?
Heat Grizz under the total tonight.
My dear friend, Sean Higgs.
Over Nova USC.
The love of my life, the thorn in my horn, Dionne, the first lady of Vegas. What do you got for everybody?
I'm going to take the Phillies on the run line.
Sniper Wes.
Golden State Warriors, money line over the Lakers.
And your sexy and savory host says, take Nova tonight, minus the points. If this was lower, I would have had it as a big game premium release. Dionne's got some discounts, then we're going to get you on out of here.
Yeah, so we do have our First Family Show discount for any of the cappers that are on the First Family Show all week long. You can get 7 days, all sports from any of the cappers, just $49. All you have to do is use code DAY7 upon checkout. You can use that code as many times as you like for all of your favorite cappers on the show. We also have Meet the New Cappers, where you can get VCP, Abby, CBI, Sean, or Tom for just $34.99 for the week. That's just less than $5 a day. All you have to do is go to SportsMemo, click on your favorite capper's new page, and pick up that special. And also, everyone, please subscribe, and don't forget to hit that like button and ring that bell. Don't forget about our specials, and follow SportsMemo and Wager Talk on their Twitter pages, and along with all of your First Family favorite cappers. And tune in to all of the First Family shows for a ton of free winners, some great betting insights, and a few laughs too. And on behalf of Steve, Sean, Wes, and us, this is the First Family of Vegas.
Everyone out there, good luck and have a winning day.